We're making shit with Jen P. Making shit with Jen P. We're making shit with Jen P. And we're probably doing it drunkenly. Hey geeks, Jen P here with a special new segment that I hope you crafty and maybe not so crafty geeks will love. It's called Making Shit with Jen P. Each video I'll teach you a wine-friendly craft you can make on the cheap. Now when I say wine-friendly, I'm talking at most 1 to 2 glasses pre-craft, but feel free to polish off the bottle after. But honestly, I don't judge. You do you, Winosaurus Rex. Anywho, today's craft comes just in time for Halloween. It's this adorable little eyeball rosette, and it clips right in your hair. Oh my gosh! Here's a close-up. It's perfect for all you glampires, zombie bombshells, and mistresses of the night. So get it, girl! Rawr! Let's get started. For this craft, you're going to need an eyeball. I got a pack of 12 of these at Dollar Tree. Some roses, also purchased from Dollar Tree. Glitter of your choice, of course. Some regular glue. A hot glue gun, scissors, some fabric scraps. I cut mine into small squares. Some ribbon of your color choice as well. A hair clip, a lighter, needle and thread, and some black lace. Let's get to it. All right, first things first, we're going to attach the little fabric scrap onto the back of the eyeball. That'll help it stay more secure inside of the rose. I put the dot directly on the eyeball so it stays centered, and just tap that down. And then I cut off any of the fabric that might be visible inside the rose. All right, so now we're gonna take our little rose. We're gonna actually put the glue on the back of the fabric now. You see that? And then we're gonna place it right down in the center. Ta-da! Now you have an eyeball and a rose. Now you can leave it like this, but personally I like glitter, so we'll get to that in a few minutes. That kind of gives it more depth to the project. All right, so we're gonna cut off a little end here and just set that aside. All right, next what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of decide how much lace we need to cover the rose. So I just kind of bunched it, just played with it like as if you were ruffling it, and just kind of rough cut it where I like it. In this case, it's about, what is that? Okay, so next, we're going to sew the little ruffle. This is a good way to make rosettes for future reference. You can make these out of ribbon, anything like that. Try not to stab yourself, as I do often. It's not fun. You're just doing an over-under pattern through the base of the lace. Unintentional rhyme, sorry about that. And just pulling through periodically so that you don't get it caught up where you don't want it. All right, sorry for the delay. Boring, boring, boring. Through. All right. And then the same thing through this raw edge. Slip through it and bring it down. All right, now you're gonna push it through and tie it off. Got this little wad here. Okay, done with that little bit. Okay, so now we're on to the next part, the little Clippy. All right, it's pretty easy, and this is a great little trick to learn for bow making in general. Take your ribbon, burn the end so that it doesn't fray. Open your alligator clip, slide it inside where you want it. See what I've got here. And then you just kind of fold it around. Get a rough idea of where you want it to go. And then snip the end. Didn't quite get it all the way. All right, and once you're done with that, you're gonna burn the other edge. You just do a quick sweep with the lighter or you will have a problem on your hands. And then we're gonna hot glue along the top here where we want the ribbon to go. And be really careful. This hot glue gun and probably some of those, woo, you have at home. See, I did exactly what I was about to warn you about. Be really careful and don't get that on your fingers. This is something, if you are drinking and crafting, you want to maybe do ahead of time, and that's fine. I sometimes make a whole bunch of these in advance so I don't have to do them all at once. Ugh, spider webs. Glue spider webs, just in time for Halloween. All right, so then I'm going to put a dot on the inside of each piece here, and then a little glue along the top. I'll push it in there. My glue gun's had a lot of time to really warm up now, so I'm in the danger zone. Look at all that grossness all over my fingers. Ugh. All right, so now we've got that where we want it. And on to the most fun part of all, the glitter. You're gonna take your rose and you know, there's different ways you can do this. You can pour your glitter in something and just dip the rose. You can sprinkle the glitter on top. I would suggest dipping the rose. So actually, I'm gonna ditch this piece of paper for now. I'm gonna use this fun little bucket o' glitter I got here that is a happy accident. Had a nice little spill in the container. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just kind of run the glue, and this is, again, cheap Dollar Tree glue. I did not spend a lot of money on any of this stuff, and I'm just kind of dabbing it onto the tips of each petal of the rose. Can you see that? And I'm messy about it because I just don't give a, you know. And you know, you don't have to take this project seriously either. It's just for fun. I mean, who takes a frickin' rose eyeball seriously? I mean, I guess you could, but we're not trying to go all Dexter, you know, real eyeballs or anything like that. I mean, just trying to do a fun little craft. All right, so now I'm gonna dip it in the glitter. I'm gonna check it. Some places need a little more. All right. And then we're just gonna let it dry. That's easy, right? You can just sit it in something, like a cup or whatever, and leave it for a few hours. Sometimes it takes as short as 20 minutes and it's done. I got a little bit of glitter glue on my eyeball, so I'm gonna wipe that off. And we will come back and finish this project in a minute. Okay, so once your eyeball is dry, and mine is not for the sake of speed of this video, it's really simple from here on out. You're just gonna glue everything together. So we're gonna take our little rosette. We're going to take our eyeball, which I'm having to be careful with because it's still wet, and we're just going to put some glue on the bottom of the eyeball there, well, the bottom of the rose, And then we're just gonna pop that right there in the center of our fabric rosette. Now you can make it go whichever way you want. Like if you're not liking the way that it sits inside of the rosette, you can use a little glue to dab your petals together. But since it's not dry yet, I'm gonna let it dry before I try and go in and make it perfect. And then for the finishing piece, super simple, you're gonna glue the back of your little doohickey, your Clippy, onto the rosette. And you're gonna actually take the fabric side. You don't wanna glue this side or it won't open, as we're seeing a little bit of an issue with there, because I'm getting this spider webby crap all over the place. All right, so you're gonna take the glue, you're just gonna run it along the back of the fabric there. And then however you want this to lay on your head, you're just gonna kind of place it in that direction. So we're gonna take the back and we're just gonna press it down. And voila, once it dries, you have yourself a beautiful little eyeball hair bow. Yay! And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this installment of Making Shit with Jen P. I know I did. Get it? Okay, it was terrible, I'm sorry. Anyway, please come back next time. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Yes, Twitter. Like, comment, share. Just tell people about it. I had fun making it. Hopefully you had fun watching it, and we'll see you next time. We're making shit with Jen P. Making shit with Jen P. We're making shit with Jen P. And we're probably doing it drunkenly.